Here is the question, and here is our mind map approach. We have seen this passage in earlier lessons, and this is the mind map we came up with. Our first bite was the first sentence of the passage. What did it do? It raised a question around whether this scientist can be considered a remarkable one. Our second bite is this part of the passage. What did this bite do? It developed a case for yes as the answer, as in why this scientist should be considered a remarkable one. Then we saw a contrast trigger, followed by what we can consider the last bite of the passage. And what this does is to develop a case for no as the answer, as in why this scientist cannot be considered a remarkable one. We completed the first 4 steps, and now we must go about reading the question stem. We see that this is purpose of a sentence question. We need to figure out what purpose the sentence serves in the passage. In the previous sentence, it was established that the scientists are unwilling to group our scientist alongside these supposedly remarkable scientists. What follows next is an explanation for why that's the case. Answer choice C is quite on the similar lines. Yes, it cites a stance as in position taken by this specialist here, and this position does align with a sentiment described earlier in the passage. In fact, the sentiment described just in the previous sentence as we just discussed. C is going to be the correct answer choice. Let's discuss the other answer choices. Choice A, while this is something that is factually true, it is not what the purpose of the highlighted sentence is. This is a trap, the kind of trap you will often see in such purpose-based questions. An answer choice would end up saying something that is factually correct but is not the purpose of the highlighted part. 2 problems with choice B. Number 1, it is not that our scientist held a low standing among scientists. Yes, there is an incongruence between his fame and his standing in general. But see, the passage also talks about the influence of our scientist being duly recognized in the scientist community. Therefore, suggesting that our scientist held a low standing is harsh and incorrect. Besides, the second and a bigger problem here is that the purpose of the highlighted sentence is not to assert a low standing of our scientist. The purpose is to give an example, as in to cite a stance, as answer choice C suggests, for explaining this unwillingness among scientists in grouping our scientist alongside these remarkable scientists. So that's another reason why answer choice B is incorrect. Answer choice D is a big trap. Many students would select this because what it says is factually correct. Yes, this sentence talks about what our scientist best did. However, this answer choice commits the mistake of delving into the details rather than focusing on the purpose of the sentence. The purpose of the sentence is to explain a certain assertion made in the previous sentence. In the process of doing so, the highlighted sentence suggests that our scientist was best at doing something else rather than doing what leads to remarkable scientists. If you eliminated choice D through a complete coherent reasoning, good job. Choice E is an extreme answer choice. You should always be careful with these answer choices. It's not that Cooper considers our scientist unimpressive. He is simply stating why our scientist is not grouped alongside the remarkable scientists. It is because our scientist did a certain type of job rather than another type of job that makes scientists remarkable. That does not mean that this individual considered our scientist unimpressive. Usage of this term unimpressive is a deal breaker here. This was a very interesting question, and if you could navigate through all the layers in the question and particularly the trappy answer choices, excellent job. C is the correct answer choice.